since our last podcast together, you've been able to go back and have a relatively normal badminton life, whereas us in London, we haven't been able to play at all. So when you first went back, that's probably the longest break you've ever taken off badminton as well, right? Probably bar injury, right? Did you feel rusty? Was it a really weird new feeling? Explain a little bit how it was when you came back so that Daniel can hear it, but also explain a little bit again about this bubble that you had to create, how to, you had to remove your own shuttles, and, just, if you don't mind doing that bit again.
There was a lot of restrictions about you shouldn't use the same courts and you shouldn't use the same shuttles. And you should have this alcohol thing, what is that called?
Antibacterial,
thing, put it everywhere. And then I had to, for the last week, I've been coaching for 9 sessions, and between each session, I would have to get wind and to, what's that called? Well, to wipe the floor and stuff like that. Yeah. Then the next team come in. But I actually think that people they were looking quite sharp from the first day. But I put out quite high music because there was many times that the people were sitting with the frames, so the sound wasn't so good in the hall, and it was too expensive to take out new shuttles. So we played without new shuttles because they would get destroyed because the contact point was off. But quite fast we were back, and we did a lot of doing this simulating footwork outside with a lot of shadow footwork and keeping our body in shape. That was been a very rough summer, actually. We have practiced so much physical stuff.
Yes.
But now they are practicing it, and we got this Danish national championship for youth players in 1 month. So right now we are preparing our best children to go and play these tournaments. So they might be practicing up to 8 times a week this session. And so we actually kind of started a badminton academy in our club, Kolding, where people from all Denmark played. Then me and 2 other coaches is responsible for that, running around. So people love to come back. They can't wait. It's like cows getting onto the grass for
hungry for badminton. They were starving for badminton. Yeah.
I wonder how long it would take the average player to achieve the level that they were before COVID started. Is it like riding a bike, like you say, it comes really quickly, or would it be a couple of weeks? Or I don't know how long it would take to actually regain your consistency that you once had.
No, I put up a video about trying to break down something about this. It's about getting back after
I'll put it
Corona.
I'll fill it in here. I'll put it in the link.
But that's hard to say.
I know it depends player to player.
But you should definitely not try to reach it before or as fast as. Of course, you should do it as fast as you can, but don't try to overestimate your own time of getting back.
Mm-hmm. It's a good opportunity to get injured as well, right? Coming back and with the extra weight and thinking that you can just go and do the same movements as you were doing just before could be quite risky as well and set you up for injury. Especially you, Joe. You now, we're both actually doing gym work and putting on extra muscle. And so if you think you're just going to jump back on the court with this extra muscle and all the joints and all the ligaments that's holding everything together, you expect them to react in the same way they were before. That is quite dangerous for injuries, and I only say that because Joe, he wants to do a regime once he goes back, where he wants to train 2 to 3 times each day for 6 days a week.
I just want to get back to what I used to be training. I just want to get back to, because the exponential rate of improvement when I was training on that ridiculous regime that the professionals train on was so prevalent. It was so obvious how quickly I was improving compared to going once a day every week, or once every other day, and allowing my body to recover. It's just the improvement rate went from linear to like one dot and then another dot and another dot, improving to exponential, like an arc, like a curve. It's just, and it was.
But so did your injury rate. So did your injury. You was like an arc. All right. So your injury, you had a massive elbow and arm injury for so.
No, I
you
removed
just
the
wouldn't let it
bicep
heal.
from my bone. Yeah,
But you wouldn't let it heal because you kept on going training, and then now you have a really bad injury on your knee. You were improving, but that's what I'm saying, Mads. What is he wants to train twice a day, maybe 3 times, do it 6 times a week, and where does it no longer become a benefit, and where does at what point where is there just too much training?
If you lose your overview, like when I have these talks with my players, I would like them to have a schedule, or they should be able to tell me the schedule of how much training each day they have each week. And then I want them to probably put in colors, or tell me to which trainings do they practice physical, which time do they do technical. So if they try to practice full power, stamina, endurance, strength, all of that into the badminton training 10 times a week, they can't do that. So basically they need to have different focuses for different trainings. So and then they should tell their coach that this probably I can't do this exercise because then I can't practice for matches tonight. I actually did this tough exercise yesterday, so I cannot do it with so good quality today. And if you need to lack of quality, then you should probably do something else. If you need to do it in half tempo or something like that, unless you're in a competitive period where you're practicing stamina and endurance and doing very long intervals of rough exercises. Then you should try to see where's your limit, because that's also important to find.
Yeah, but also I feel personally, for me, like everyone has their limit at whatever level you want to put it at, right?
Yeah.
But that limit is also not your limit, and you can also reach that limit and say, okay, no, I'm going to keep going, and then you realize you have all of this space from here to here to keep pushing, and then that becomes your limit, and then another step higher you can go. So it's about finding that margin of pushing yourself too far, but not so far that you injure yourself. And it was something I started, not even me, my coach started to implement, was like, okay, if you knew we were training 6 days this week, first 3 days would be technique and not too much footwork, and the last 3 days would be smash practice and intense footwork and loads of, he'd do the 4 corners, so stand in one corner and he'd make me go to every corner and I have to play it to that one corner. I'm not sure if you know this drill. Yeah, and then you move to another corner and I'd have to keep playing to that corner. And really physical stuff, and it was, and then obviously the injury came either way, so it is what it is.
I think if you're training on that
perfect
at that level, you also need to take into account that your body needs to recover, and not in terms of rest, but you need to be like, you need a physio, you need to have deep tissue, you need to ensure that your body is, if you look at a full-time player, their team is not made up of just their coach, it's made up of a lot of people that actually ensure that they're able to train that much. And it's like when I was at uni, all the rugby guys, they go through a lot, but they ice a lot, and the physio sees them a lot, and the deep tissue helps ensuring that if they train twice in a day, that their muscles, although they're tight, they don't shorten, so they're less likely to pull or pop something as a result. So that actual recovery is a big part. It's like Anderson, every time he has his vlogs, as soon as he gets off the court,
massage.
someone is there to.
But it's the money, bro.
And for me, that's like my legs get
so
so tight. It's like, but you're tall like me,
I
so
know.
your body is it's very important. Victor was doing yoga for however long. He's a tall
have you seen the boots Victor's got? You got these boots to make him recover, pressure boots or whatever they're called.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that go into, and I think once you decide you're going to train more than twice a day, you need to also incorporate that sort of recovery.
The price of training twice a day is so expensive by itself. Adding all of this other stuff that the pros do is something I want to get to eventually. But the money I spend right now, I need to prioritize. You need to spend it on training or recovery, because you can either spend it on training or recovery. You can't spend it on recovery. Well, right, you're not training, you're just getting...
Yeah, but you can't train if you're injured. So it's sort of...
the point we're making.
It's like, if you're injured, then you can't train. So you have to sort of find a nice medium where you can... and as Mad said, I think you need to have different aspects where... Okay, you're training this on a certain day, that on a certain day. Look at Chen Long. Chen Long's legs weren't like that when he first started playing. And then all of a sudden, Chen Long's legs, it was massive. Like, it was like, you decide, okay, right, some days I'm going to do a bit of strength, some days I'm going to... And that also needs to be in line. You can't be training hard at the beginning of the week, then you decide at the end of the week you're going to do jumping smashes, because that's how you're going to get an injury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also coordinating the training with the match practice you're going to do after. If you know.
Yeah, but at the moment that's okay, because no one's playing no matches. It's just training.
No. What I mean by that, Daniel, is okay. So if I'm training Friday and Saturday, right? Well, I'm going bridge Friday night and I'm going Tower Hamlets Saturday. So you got to account for training maybe lighter on Saturday for a more intense session or high level session in the evening. But then your coach could come into play with what your coach, he wants you to do physical today, but you can't. Like Matt said, you have to say you can't do that exercise, and that's something I struggle with, is showing that weakness or that lack of determination. I want to just always keep doing it and pushing it, and that's how the injuries come.
Yeah. So there's a lesson there in what you just said.
There's a lesson there, indeed.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, listen to your body, because that's what you do. Joe will tell me, yeah, it hurts or this, and I feel pain, and it's like, well, rest it then. He's like, nah, I've got 2 training sessions tomorrow. And it's like, you know, I admire the willpower to just push through pain. Like one day he came home and he had blood in his feet on his thing because he had these blisters, and he just pushed through the pain. And he went training and he just kept on doing it. I said, it's just too much. So I admire the determination, but, you know, that's why I wanted to bring it up to Mads and just for everyone to confirm.
I know, it's crazy.
You need to recover properly. You need to listen to your body. And when you hear that there's an injury, you can't just say, oh yeah, but if I want to be the best, I need to, work harder than everyone else. And it's, But
you think Chen Long isn't constantly in pain and Anders Anderson isn't constantly in pain when they get back?
They are.
Exactly. It's about knowing that pain is there, knowing that you're the one putting yourself through it, knowing you can stop it whenever you want, and having the willpower to keep going back the next day and the next day.
But still, they need to, if they are, if this is so crucial that they can't play, so if it's a dangerous thing to continue, they will probably stop. But everyone has something with their knee and shoulder and back. They all have. So their warm up is also very more specifically to them. But also right now we are in a period where it's allowed to find your limit. Because if you get injured now, then you have good time to come back because you're not going to play. I told my players that, so if you want to do something now or have any surgery coming, then now's the time.
Yeah. It's everyone will be at the same level. If you take that break off, it's not to say everyone's playing at this moment. So it's like what you will never get this opportunity again in your lifetime unless we have something crazy like this happen again. Whereas it's like, okay, right, you had the issue with your knee. It's like, okay, right, this is the perfect time because
if there's ever a time to have knee surgery, it's right now.
Yeah. Because no one ain't playing, so you're not missing out on anything.
Now, so you guys are gonna go back, potentially at the end of the month. Whereas I could I got to check up tomorrow, so I'll know more then. Maybe not even till next year, maybe till mid into next year. It could, like, I don't even know. That's going to be hard when you guys are playing and improving, and I'm still. Oof, that's going to be a rough one.